waters are dropping, but a fair way to go yet before anything major is exposed. Take 8. I've done about 8 intros to this. I keep walking past folk, talking to me sen. Keep cut, redo. Try again, nobody about. But right, parked up just pre-Fairhomes, in free parking bit there. Just going to do about a 9-mile circular with options. And so down here, just in front of Derwent Dam at the moment, at the beginning. So I'm going to head up yon steps in a minute and down the east service road for about 2 miles, pretty much down to Howden Dam really, and but I'm going to cut off before I get to that and go up Abbey Clough or Abbey Brook, and up onto Howden Edge, loop it round to Back Tor, Derwent Edge, and probably duck down by a Lost Lad and over green Sitches and then down Pike Low and back, making a circular Derwent Dam. Still quite imposing, but when the water's cascading over and full on bat, then it's an awesome place to stand. If that don't wake you up in the morning, no, well, a little bit fuller than I expected. Still a way to go before it overflows. Along here now for 2 mile. Still on access road to Derwent Reservoir, which is filling up quite nicely. That's footpath there is Walker's Clough, so that takes you up. And eventually up onto green Sitches and then over to like Lost Lad Derwent Edge. Little Howden Moor. Ah dear. Right. Just on this first section of Abbey Brook, path drops down and then climbs back up that side and then round the corner. That's Marjorie Hill. It's just started spitting, so hopefully that's just a passing phase because I'm still in t-shirt etc at the moment. Don't really want to coat up if I don't have to. It's quite even though overcast, it's quite warm, quite close, and very little in the way of breeze. That's the down. Now the back up. Yeah, grief. Well, that's encouraging. I just got up that other side of that clough in one go, which I didn't really expect to. I wanted on last month, I don't think. But it took me about 100 metres past it to get my breath back enough to speak. Started to get me hill fitness back a bit after a few months off with lockdown etc. So the only way is up. That's all very dramatic, isn't it? Very. Well, this is on your doorstep. This is not really one of the more common routes, I don't think either. It's all very thingy. Anyway, we're following around here, so go around that, drop round there, and then up. To see the path cutting up the side of that hillside over in the front, and just sort of you stay on this bank basically and meanders around and then it starts to level out. And then the rains came in. Still raining, which is a bit of a bugger. There's a forking path here. You take the right path, it'll take you up to below Lost Lad, I think. And I've actually been that way, but that's roughly where it goes. I'm going left. It'll take me around this and up onto that and around the next one and so on. But yeah, hell of a spot really. Cracking location, and saying not that many seem to come this way, which is a shame and pretty good. It's, if you want somewhere off the beaten track without the hordes, this qualifies. Bracken, nightmare when it's raining, because you get wet leg syndrome. As you're walking through it all, you get soaking wet trousers. A bit like that. Fortunately though, they're quick drying, so a couple of minutes, you ain't know about it. Not got a wet leg until then. Hopefully not enough to pour into your boot. About top side now, roughly level, I mean give or take. Well, there's Back Tor trig point, and this is the like northern edge of Derwent Edge, so that's where I'm heading for. If you then follow it down there, that next lump is Lost Lad. So I was planning to go over to Derwent Edge to Back Tor, then probably down to Lost Lad, and then over Green Sitches. So I'm just at top of Abbey, Brook and Howden Edge at the moment. So I've come all the way from over there, all the way up and around this gully here. And then there's a path, I pointed out when I got to it, there's a path there what takes you up and puts you up, I think, below or around the area of Lost Lad, so you can bug out that way if need be. I've carried on around onto here, just got to follow it around this next, so just a couple of things. I'm turning right, though the path takes me right. There's another clough basically just there, obviously several more going up, but we're just going to go around there. There's a rock outcrop up there, that's basically where I cut off. So at the end of the clough, the path carries on to Cartledge Edge. I'm going to break off to them rocks, which I can't remember the name of at the minute. And there's about a mile then across the plateau up to Back Tor. Just have to not get carried away and take a misstep. A long way down and no stopping. That's better. Back in the t-shirt. I can guarantee Evans will up it again in 10 minutes. But it's looking okay at the minute. Brightening up. Still got cloud cover. I don't think it's rain cloud particularly. Nothing dramatic, I shouldn't imagine. So good for now. So that's about it really, we're about halfway, I should think. About ready for the turnaround. Yep, that's it, topped out. There's a hunter playing wreck just over there. You follow this path around to where it sort of crests and starts to drop, and then the hunter's about what, 500-600 metres off of the path. It's gone, what's time? 1:45. So I don't want to stop here and have my sandwich or push through to Back Tor. I may as well stop here, haven't I? 1:45 now, so I've got another mile-ish to go to get to Back Tor, so it's going to take me another 20-30 minutes. So I'll stop here at this little bit of a overhang and a cup of tea and my tuna sandwich, and then crack on. That's it. That's lunch break lunched. I'll climb my way out now. along here, a couple of 100 metres, should intersect the main path, sort of crossing. This will take me up to Back Tor. And what we have here appears to be the path. Paved for a bit. It's going to be about 9 mile now, just gone over 5. I'm about 5.5 mile in, so it's all back now. So it's got about another probably a mile to Back Tor, a mile over Green Sitches, and then down Pike Low and back to Cartledge. So I've probably got about another 3-4 miles to do. If I'm getting ahead of myself, but this path has been quite civilised. It might be a bit further up, but normally there's a bit of a boggy session, unless they've improved the paving bit, or I've just not got to it as yet. There's a couple of little ditches to cross, so I've not passed them yet, so they might be just up here, I guess. Here we are. Yeah, they've improved the path somewhat. It's just to be a bit of a mission crossing that. I'm just approaching Back Tor, a trig point on the very top over the far end. Won't show up on the GoPro, no doubt. That's where I've just come, basically. There's a path there we meandered over the top of that hill, and now just on the climb up to Derwent Back Tor. And so far, don't seem to be anybody at it, which is a bit of a rarity because it's like the focal point. Back Tor. Head off to Lost Lad now. Salt cellar just sticking out the edge there. Loose Hill, other Back Tor, Mam Tor, Rush Up Edge, and then on to Crookston Knoll at this end of Edale Moor, and that's the Edale Moor Kinder Plateau. And we're just heading now, just got to drop down and back up to get to Lost Lad. If you broke off Abbey Brook up where that fork is, where I pointed out earlier on, it brings you out here, I believe, which is just below Lost Lad. This makes a nice little self-challenge to get from bottom step to here one go without stopping. I can do it sometimes and not so much others. I think the last time I came up I did it in, I think, 2 stops. I've done it in no stops previously, and I've done it in about 4 stops. So it all gauges on your fitness, really. That's the bottom of the hill. Looks longer from here than it does from up there. Lost Lad and Derwent Edge and Back Tor and all that sort of stuff is over there now. So now, just onto here, just got to drop down here. If I carry on straight, that'll put me to the top of Walker's Clough. If I go rightish, it'll take me down and intersect really the Abbey Brook, which is where I came on came off the service road, so if I went back that way, Walker's Clough, I'm going to go down this way, just over that crest really, and then curl to the left down past some grouse butts, and then that'll put me down onto Pike Low. This area is called Green Sitches, and probably about a mile of this bit of marsh area. So there's the A57 bridge going over the where the Lady Bower turn-off is. So most of the way through Green Sitches now. I'm just going to cut diagonally across to that gate over there, and then that drops me down onto Pike Low. That's it then. It's all downhill from here. To the new gate. And this is overlooking, so that's Derwent Reservoir below me, and the dam is just over there. So probably a couple of 100 metres. Just see the west turret sticking just over the hill there. I'll say the entire thing will come into view just around this corner and down a little bit. Right, so somewhere about here, once I can just see over the little rise, should be the money shot. A bit like that. That's where I'm heading now. I've got to follow this path down. That drops me down there. There's a couple of people down there. Walk across that wall, through that gate, down there, through another small gate, and that's the service road. So then you can either go left and then right, or right and then down the staircase back. And the car's parked hovering on trees. So that's the path down Pike Low. And what happens here, you come into a wood. You can either go down through the wood, but then you go into private property if you carry straight on. So you have to turn right. Or there is a path here, which is a little bit overgrown at the moment, and probably a bit steeper. So choice is yours. But both come out to the same place roughly. There you go, there's private property there, so I could have gone down that path to there and then turned along. But again, there's a bit of a cut through the bracken. That's a path that follows the long wall, so that wood's there, that's where private property is. I've just sort of cut through from halfway up trees down, and that's where we're a minute ago for the money shot up on about 2/3 of the way up. And again, there's the dam, so you get a cracking overview. Gate there, so I just come down these switchbacks through this narrow little gate. Which somebody's just walked through 2 minutes before me, but didn't fasten. And that's it, back on the service road. If I go that way 100 metres, it'll put me to the staircase where I came up on, down the side of the dam. So just to vary the loop a little, I'll just go a bit further along the top of this, and then it cuts back below me. So what we have here is pretty much closing the loop back to Derwent Dam. Up to the roundabout, Fairhomes. This is sort of the end of the road, but in the week you can drive, carry on. That's another 7 miles roughly. To take you right to the very end to what's called King's Tree. It's just one road, single road there. I turn around and come back, but takes you all the way along the side of Derwent and Howden Reservoir, and past Howden Dam as well, which is the less visited one of the two. It looks the same as Derwent, but obviously Derwent's easy access because there's the car park and there's the dam 200 metres away. But if you carry on down the service road in the week, you can't go down at weekend or bank holidays. You carry on down there, you come to Howden Res, and there's a bit of a pull in at the side, room for probably 2 or 3 cars, and you just have to hop the gate and walk down the side to it, and you're pretty much guaranteed have it to yourself. Very rare. Well, all the times I've been down there, I don't think I've ever seen anybody that goes down to it, so it's definitely worth considering. This is where I came in. Basically went down through car park, so just come back a slightly different way just to vary the loop on the GPS more than out. So about another 300 metres back to the car. Seat car from here. And there we was back. Right. A little bit longer than I expected. 10.1 miles, 4 hour 27 minutes.